Well, hello. This is Rochelle. Welcome to my channel. Grab a cup of coffee. I'm going through this Mr. Price art journal that I picked up 2.5 years ago, approximately, more or less, maybe more. And I actually did my very first unboxing ever of this specific art journal kit that I picked up at Mr. Price. And there are some videos for these. Most of them were just play, just trying out products that wouldn't otherwise work. Speaking of products that wouldn't otherwise work, we are about to start a 21-day lockdown, national lockdown here in South Africa, with the coronavirus being what it is and the numbers staggering the way they are, and especially with our country being such that it has a very high HIV and TB infection, and then also our informal settlements are very closely situated to one another, and so yeah, hospital care, etc., etc. Yes, the world's been coronavirused. So I don't want to doom and gloom. I am getting ready to be in lockdown, and my little moment of madness included eating an entire packet of Mr. Sweet toffees or chewies or whatever these things are. And as I looked at the papers, I thought that this would make a nice background. And I saved them. So let's dive in. I am using the Deco Patch Varnish. This is a product that will be launched in South Africa pretty soon from France, provided our shipments and things are back on track. For the moment, obviously, crafting is apparently not an essential service. Yes, I think more than my fear of food running out or toilet paper running out, my fear of crafty supplies running out is it's high, it's up there. I am still working from home though, and with being a rheumatoid arthritis sufferer and being treated with pretty heavy immune suppressants, I do have to honestly be very careful. And so yes, careful I'm being. I'm staying in, I'm working from home, and in between working I am crafting. So that's kind of what this page is all about. It's about the craftiness. So I literally just did like a little patchwork with this Deco Patch Varnish. It is a kind of 2-in-1, so it's the glue, it's the base coat, it's the varnish, it's the everything. However, this product being what it is, it has a very glossy finish. Hello, all the noises of not having other time to record. Those are hoddies, they're birds here in South Africa. I am gonna put some gesso over it because other media will not necessarily stick to the top of this varnish, which is kind of what it's there for, so that it's not sticky and other products won't mess it up. So in order to do that, I just grabbed some of this gritty Zelen gesso. It's also a South African product. It is very gritty. It's not white though. It's not clear. So it's got this, I don't know, kind of milky finish, and I mixed it with some white gelato because I really wanted white gesso, but I didn't have white gesso. So I wanted the white gesso to kind of dry on top of this like this, but then in the end it dried up pretty clear. Not what I wanted, but not the end of the world. So let's do step next. I want to do some stenciling, and I'm going to use a Miss Mama Mint stencil, and I'm using this gelato. I think this is black cherry. Mixed it with some texture paste that I had left from a little pot that I used for RBX. This is just the little birdie gesso and texture paste. and I just mixed it with that gelato, like I said, and put it through this stencil. Be sure to clean your stencils straight after working with texture paste, because it will ruin it if it dries in those fine details. There goes my camera again, all kinds of movement. No idea why. Next, I want to do some stamping, and I'm going to be stamping with StazOn. I've got this texture stamp that's part of a magazine that I picked up a while ago, and so yeah, just using that as some kind of protruding stamped elements from the edges of the page. I am trying to kind of get a flow going, but yeah, not feeling it, because I really wanted that background to just be kind of whitened or highlighted with some gesso, and it just didn't work. So next up, I'm going to be using I think this is the Galaxy purple, and I just scribbled it on the top, the gelato, and then sprayed it with some water, mixed it with my finger, and then sprayed it again and let it run down and to the side on these two pages, let it dry. And then next up, I just took some Deco Art white Americana paint, picked it up with my finger and just smeared it in the places that I wanted highlights to be in. And I'm starting to feel this. I'm starting to feel a bit better about what this page is looking like, and the background, and how it's worked out, and all of that. So I'm just going to frame it with my Fabric Style Pit Artist big brush pen. This is a big chunky little brush, and I'm just using the very sketchy lines to do that. I'm using my Winsor & Newton acrylic ink, I think this is, yeah, and just doing some splatters with a fan brush, and I'm getting happier and happier by the minute. This is turning out more and more like I wanted it to. White pen, I went in too fast with the white pen. This is a Posca pen, and it picked up a lot of the color from the gelato, so it became purple quick and didn't quite give the idea I wanted. Also tried some white gelato on top of that texture paste to highlight it a bit more, and also didn't do much, but it's part of my process, and it's part of why we're doing what we're doing. And I'm going to be making my own sentiment, so I don't have little word fetty stickers and sets and things like that. And while I was cooking today, because yes, we're cooking now. Hey, I actually really cooked. Yeah, I was just realizing that when the going gets tough, the tough get crafting. Be it in food and cooking dinner and entertaining little people or young people, or just all kinds of people in your house in a confined space for 21 days. It gets me kind of freaked out, and so yeah, when the going gets tough, the tough get crafting. I like this idea of making my own little word sentiments or titles like this, using different fonts, using different sizes, using different whatever, and then just cutting it out, getting it ready to paste. I'm cutting them, even cutting various sizes. So cleaning that space up a bit and arranging my sentiment or my title or my focus point, focal point, whatever you want to call it, a little bit around the page. And I mean, looking at it now, I probably would have or should have put them in a different order. I don't know, put some sideways because the going gets tough. But in the end, really liking the way it looks. And what I'm going to be doing is taking my Inktense pencils. Those are what it's called, Inktense pencils. And I'm going to be outlining these little words. And in doing so, I'm going to be putting down this ink. And here you can specifically, or I could specifically see where I didn't put gesso over that varnish. Even the Inktense pencil wouldn't stick, obviously. And so I quite like that, and I might play with some resist techniques with that varnish still. Watch this space. Activating the India ink in the Inktense pencils with my water brush and calling it a page. Wait, not yet, because tough needs purple. So before teal was my favorite color, purple was my favorite color. And so, yeah, I'm just liking that. I am going to add my date and the hashtag, which is COVID-19 lockdown. And I hope to see you again soon. May you get crafting, tough girl. See you soon. Bye-bye.